Hello, it's Gem Games here once again, and in this video we're going to start creating the down functionality. So when we have the revive perk and we are basically going to die, we don't die, we go to down, and we will get our pistol to our hands, and it will take around, for example, 10 seconds, then we get up. Okay, let's get to work. First, let's go to the first person, blueprints, and PP first person character. Let's open that. Now, what we want to do here, we can actually close all these now. Let's go and find some empty space. Actually, we did add this down event on the last episode, but if you did, just add a event called down event, and then we have this death function here. You want to check if the perk in use 4 is not true, then we want to die. We don't have the code for that yet, but if it is, then we want to go to the down event. So let's get to work. Let's add an input here, and let's call it up. So this is checks if you're getting up or down. Okay. Now let's add a branch. Connect it to the execution, and now let's connect the up to the condition, like that. Now we actually have to create a new variable. Let's call it player alive state, like that. Now let's compile and let's go to the first person map. Now we want to go to the enum folder, and we want to create a new enum here. So enumeration, like this. Let's call this player alive state. Okay. Let's open it, and let's add here. Let's add here a new enumerator. The first one should be called alive, and the next one should be called down, and the third one should be called dead, like that. Simple as that. Let's save and close this. Now we can go to this new player alive state variable. We can change this type to the player state, player alive state, and we want to make it. Oh, sorry, we cannot. I'm stupid. Sorry, we want to select this player alive state, like that. And let's compile, and the default value should be alive. Okay. Now what we want to do here, we want to first do this false thing. So let's get the player alive state, and let's set it from the false, and we want to set it to down, like this. Now we want to go to the under the variables, and we want to create a new event dispatcher. Let's call this player up. Then let's create another one. Let's call it player down. Okay, compile and save. Now, after this down, we want to call that player down, and we want to call like that. And after that, what we want to do, we want to get our weapon slot in use, and we want to promote it to a variable. The variable should be called weapon slot before down. Sorry, I'm super bad with the names. I just want to call them something that I can remember. Okay. Then what we want to do, we want to call that switch weapon slot function. Okay, and we want to call the slot number 0. Okay, and now let's double click it. Where did it go? Sorry. let's double click this switch weapon slot, and we have to add here on this and a boolean. We want to add we want to get the player alive state, and we want to get if it's equal 0. So we only want to be able to change slots if it's equal to 0. Okay, compile and save. Now let's go back to the event graph and to here. We want to actually set this new weapon to true here. I know that name doesn't match with what we are doing here, but it actually doesn't matter. This basically just skip this all these, and now we want to skip it. Okay, but this is just for so we cannot change the weapon slot when we are down. Yeah. And next thing we want to do is we actually want to create a new function. We want to go where we have this set max ammo. We want to duplicate it. Let's call it set ammo to slot. And let's open it. And what we want to do here is let's go here to the start, and we want to delete this set clip and also this all slots. Yeah, want to delete those inputs. And let's actually add another one, type integer, and let's call this amount of clips. Okay. Now let's move this ammo slot and set it here in the start. And now we want to set this amount of clips to local variable after this one. Let's add a reroute. Move them closer. Something like that. Now we can actually rename this new local variable to amount of clips, and let's add a space just to be sure. Now we can delete these all slots. Let's set clip. Okay, now we have only this two. After that, what we want to do here, we want to go here, and we want to delete this branch and all that we have here. Sorry, we can actually delete all of these, like that. Now, let's actually delete that bit also, and let's move all this code further, closer, like this. And let's connect from 10.0 to the branch. Okay, and everything here, I think, is correct. Yes. And what we want to do now is we also want to delete everything after this set array element. Okay, let's delete all of that. And here, what we want to do is we want to delete all of this, and we want to delete that. So now we want to only get from the ammo clip max, and we want to multiply it. And what we want to multiply it with is the amount of clips. So let's get the amount of clips and let's -1 from it. So if we set this basic default value, let's actually set it to 3. So now we have 3 clips when we go down. Let's compile and actually save all just to be sure. And now we have 3 there. So now it gets the max ammo of the clip. It multiplies it by this value -1 because one of that will go to the clip. So it will basically add 2 clips to the total, and let's connect this to the ammo clip. So now we have 1 clip here and 2 clips here, and it works now if we set this to 1, it will multiply max by 0 because 1 minus 1 is 0, so it doesn't set anything to here, so it only sets the 1 clip here. And if we set it to 5, 4, it multiplies by 4 and 1 to here, so it works every time. Okay, compile and save. Now we can actually close this. Now let's go to the event graph. So here we want to call that function now. So let's get it. So set ammo to slot, like that. And we want to leave the slot ammo slot to 0 and amount of clips, let's make it like 3. It already is, but if you want, you can change this to whatever you want. Okay, compile and save just to be sure again. Now what we want to do actually, we want to go to the first person camera from here, and we want to go to the post process, and we want to go to the color grading and to the global to here, and we want to click this saturation to true, and we want to change this color to what did I do? Let's actually go back. So that's 1. How can I do it actually? Oh, I think I should set it to 0. Okay, yeah, to 0. So now the value there, or the color there is black. Okay, and everything else can be white. Let's compile and save. Now we actually want to search for the post process blend white weight. Let's change it to 0 from the start. Okay, like that. Let's compile. And now what we want to do here on this function, we want to get this first person camera, and we want to set post process blend weight. So this one, and we want to set it to 1, like that. And now after that, what we want to do, we want to get this delete perk function, and we want to connect it to here. And we actually have to add here one more thing, so let's open it. So what we want to set here, or change here, is let's move all this before the set array element. Let's move it a little bit more left. And now we want to actually move this here. And now what we want to do is we want to add a input to here. We can actually delete that. Okay, let's click this. Let's add a input type boolean. Let's call it all. So this just checks if we want to delete all the perks. Now let's move it to the top. Why doesn't it let me? Okay, like that. Now it's there. You have to click these little dots there. And now let's move it to here. And let's add a branch. And let's make the condition that all. Okay, now we want to move this to here down. And let's connect it to the false. Like that. And now from here, from true, we want to for each loop. Okay. And the loop body, let's sorry, we first have to get the perks in use. Like that. Let's connect it to the array. And now we want to promote this array index to this perk index local variable. So let's get this perk index from here. Let's set it, connect it to the array index, and connect that to the set array element. Like that. Now we can actually delete these. And we want to get this perk index, and we want to connect it to here. And now we can move this closer. And actually, let's move this even further. Let's add a reroute to here. We can connect that to there. Now it looks a little bit cleaner. So what we are doing here, if we set the all to true, then it will run the whole array through for each loop and set like the index every time. So it basically deletes every one of those perks. And if we don't set it, we just promote the index to variable and run that through all this code. Okay, simple as that. Now let's compile and save all. Now let's go back to the event graph. And now we want to set here the all. Okay, like that. This index doesn't matter now because we have set the all. Now what we want to do is we want to create a new timeline. And we don't want to connect it to the start. Let's actually call this down TL. Okay. Or it actually should be called up TL. I don't know. Yeah, we want to connect this to the reverse from end, like that, to there. And after that, we want to open it. We want to change the length to like 0.2 and set a float track. Okay. here, want to add a key to the 0 and 0. Let's add another key to the value 1 and time 0.2. So the same as here. Okay, now what we want to do here, let's click this and this so we can see it. Let's make it auto, and actually we don't have to do anything else here. So compile and save. Now we can close that and go to the event graph. Now what we have to do is we want to get the first person camera, and we want to get relative location, get it from here, and we want to actually split it. Okay, then we want to get from the first person camera again, and we want to set relative location like this. Now let's move all these a little bit further down, and let's connect the update. Okay, like that. Now we want to split this new location, and we want to connect the X and the Y values there, and from the set value we want to lerp like that. And we want to connect the alpha to the new track, and the A should, the B should be the height of this camera, so 70, like that. The the B should be 70. Okay, and the A I will make it -20. You should make it also. You can change it later if you want, but -20 is good. Let's compile and actually save all once again. And now what we want to do, we want to get the variable function set walking speed and get it to here and connect from the finished like that. Now we want to double click it and open it. We have to add here one more thing, and that one thing is we want to move this set this thing further, and we want to add here one more select node. So select, and now what we are selecting, we want to get the player state alive, player alive state, and we want to check if it's equal to 0. If it's equal to 0, let's connect it to the index, and let's connect it to the true. So if you're alive, we want to get all this code here. Okay, let's align those. And now, if we are not alive, we want to set it to some low value, for example, 100. Okay, let's go with that. Let's see how it looks. Let's compile and save. And now we can close this, and actually we can close this delete perk, and also this switch weapon. Okay, and after that, what we want to do here is we want to get from the direction, but let's first move this further up. We want to get from the direction, and we want to switch on e-timeline direction after this. Okay, now let's add a few reroutes here. I don't like how that looks. This ain't much better either, but let's actually move that. Okay, it's okay. Now what we want to do, we want to get from the backwards, and we want to create yet another timeline. And now we actually want to play it from the start. Okay. And here, what we want to do, let's actually call this reviving. Let's compile and save once more. Now, what we want to do, we want to open it and make the time, for example, 10 seconds, or however you want your reviving time to be. Let's add a flow track. The first key should be at 0 and 0, like that. The next should be at value 0 and 5, I think. Let's make it to the screen like that. And the next one should be value 1 and time 10, like that. Now, what we want to do, we want to add some smoothing, so auto, like that. And from here, we actually want to make this user, so we can make it something like. Actually, I think we should make it auto also. Let's see how it looks. Yeah. Now let's compile and save. Now we can close this. And here on the event graph, now what we want to do is we want to get the PPC health component, and we want to set health current from the update, like that. And we want to lerp it with the values 0 and 100. Because we have lost the perk, so our max health is 100 now. Let's connect it to the new track, like that. Let's actually add here a reroute, because we will need it soon. And so, like that, 0 and 100. Now we want to get the first person camera. And we want to set post process blend weight, like this. And connect it to here. Did we set it that way before? Yes, we did. Okay, that's good. Now what we want to do here, we want to also get this new track alpha. We want to multiply it. I want to multiply it by -1. Yeah. So the 0 turns to -1, and 1 turns to 0. And now we want to add 1 to it. So let's add 1. So basically, this just, if the value is between 0 and 1, normally, this will make it turn around. So the 0 is 1 and the 1 is 0. Okay, let's connect it to there. Okay, I will actually move this closer, like that. And now, what we want to do, from the finished, we want to call the down event, and we want to cross this up to true, like that. Let's compile and save all. So, what else we want to do here? Oh yeah, we have to create the up event still here. So first what we want to do here is we want to get the player alive state, and we want to set it. And this time we actually want to set it to alive. And after that we want to call the player up, call player up, like that. And after that what we want to do, we want to get the switch weapon slot, like this. So like here, let's move it to there. And the weapon slot number now should be it should be the weapon slot before down, like that. And now let's take the new weapon also, or otherwise we have some glitch. If you're reloading when we're getting up, it will keep the slot 0. Okay. And now after that we want to just get from this, connect it to play from start, and let's actually add here a reroute so it looks a little bit better, like that. So everything here is somehow done. Let's compile and save all once again. Now we have to do a few things. Let's go and find our jump event. Let's move this jump much further and stop jumping here. Let's add a branch here. Connect from the triggered and to the true, like that. Now I want to get if the player allow state is equal to 0, because we don't want to be jumping if we are down. Okay, let's connect it to the condition. Now we can actually copy all this, Control and C, like that. Compile and save all. Now we want to find our function called can sprint. So here, can sprint. And we want to add here at the bottom. Sorry, we don't need that branch, but this player alive state is equal to 0, and let's add a pin and connect it to there. Okay, we have many things here already, but yeah. Let's compile and save. Let's go actually go and try to see how it looks. So we have to turn on the power. We have to get the perk when we can. Yeah. And now let's actually get some more perks so we can see if they all got deleted when we die. Now let's wait for the zombies to come. Oh, now we can jump. We can go down. We can actually sprint. Yeah. Okay. Let's see when they kill us. Okay. I don't know why this animation is glitching. But yeah, you can see. Okay, there was some weird issues, I think. Let's do it. Let's add a. Let's go here where we have some empty space. Let's just add a key. And scroll down and get some key. And now let's change it to, for example, X. Okay. And here from the X we want to call the down event. Let's not click the up. So now we can actually see how it looks. If we go down, you see the screen. Okay, why this animation lags? What happened? That's actually weird. Oh, now I know. Okay, yeah. So what we will have to do is we actually haven't set any weapon to this slot, so that's the reason. Okay, let's go to the blueprints and to the web. No, sorry. We want to go to PP first person character, and we want to find our weapon slots. Here on the index 0, we want to set it to weapon 1. We don't have to set anything else here. So now if we do it again, we go down. You can see now we have 3 clips of ammo. Let's see. And we cannot, when we get up. Okay, let's actually see one more time. Now yes, we have 3 clips. Let's actually try if we reload. Okay, it will work. And let's try one more thing. Now we have the problem with this. I will show you. We can still buy weapons when we are at the ground. And that's not supposed to happen. Yeah, okay. And also the zombies are still coming to us. If we're down, we have to fix those. But yeah, let's fix the interface, interacting thing first. So what we want to do, we want to go to our function called interact trace. So let's go to here, and this is just a simple fix. So let's go here where we have this line trace by channel. Let's move everything before that a little bit further. Now what we want to do, we want to move this here, and we want to add here and boolean, and we want to connect it to the condition like that. And we also want to add here the player alive state, and we want to check if it's equal to 0, like always. Okay, let's connect it there. Now let's compile and save. Let's actually go and try if we can. Okay, if we go to down, yeah, we cannot do it. Okay, let's wait that we get up, and let's try, for example, this. Okay, we cannot do it. Now we can. Let's get the power on. Let's go down. Let's see if the power makes them. It shouldn't. Yeah, everything is working. And we cannot change slots either. And when we go up, we will have that slot. Let's actually try that. It should work. So if we get another weapon, and now we have 2 weapons. If we go down, now if we go back, it should have the weapon slot on hand that we had when we went down. Okay, so it should have the AK. Yeah, we have the AK on hand. So everything works. Now, the thing that we still have to do is it's actually pretty simple. We will have to go to the enemy folder and we want to open the pp zombie. And here, what we want to do, we want to add a new key type boolean, and we want to call it player available. Oh, I didn't change anything, sorry. Player available, like that. Okay, let's save. Now we want to go to the, oh, we can go there, I don't know what. Let's actually go to the PT. And now we want to create a new task. Actually, let's not do it that way. Let's go to tasks. And here we have the chase player. Let's duplicate it. And now let's call it PT player not available. Like that. Let's open it. Oh, it went to the other screen. This is some weird glitch. I don't know why that happens all the time. Now let's move it to here. Okay. So we have here these things. Now we want to change here a few things. So we actually want to, oh, let's delete all this, it's easier. Okay. Now we want to get the control point and promote it to a variable on the start. And then we want to get the owner controller, and we want to get AI controller. Yeah. Then we want to get the blackboard. And from the blackboard, we want to get value as bool. And from here, key name, we want to make a literal name. Now let's actually align this. Now let's make the literal name. That should be player available. Okay, let's player available. Player available. And let's actually check. The easiest way is just to copy it from here. Okay, I actually can copy it from here, but from here. Okay, and now let's go back to behavior tree. I don't know why I started to write this, but yeah, it was correct. Now we want to add a branch to here and connect it after this. Now we want to add few conditions here. The first one is if it's equal to, oh, why did I get it as bool? Sorry, let's delete that. We want to get value as enum, like this. Sorry about that. And let's align this once again, like that. Now we want to check if it's equal to 2. So we are dead. Oh, sorry. I don't know what we are doing here. I'm so stupid. So this is not the correct one. Let's go back to the blackboard. We want to first get the zombie walking state. Now let's copy this name. So this one. Sorry about that. Now we want to change this to the zombie walking state. Okay, and we want to check if it's 2. So the zombie is vaulting. If it's vaulting, we don't want to do anything. But if it's not, then we want to continue. And then we want to check if it's 3. So if it's on level. like that. And now from the false, we want to cast to enemy main, like that. And to the object, we want to connect this control pawn. And from here, we want to get, actually, yeah, we want to get the window location. Yeah. And after that, we want to oh, we actually want to promote this to a variable also, sbb enemy main, and we can delete that link, connect it to there, like that. And now we want to get the sbb enemy main, and we want to AI move to, like this, and connect it to here. And now from here, we want to, from the destination, we want to get the select node and get it to here. Okay, let's connect it this to the option 0. And now the rule is if we are already on the map, so if the zombie walking state is equal to 3, we want to connect it to the index, like that. And is it actually, yeah. So if we are not on the map, we want to go to the window, like that. But if we are already on the map, we want to actually compile and save. We want to go to the map and get some location from here. You can create some actor that you take the location from, and we will actually create some functionality or add some functionality to this later on. But now let's just use some value. So we have this here. Let's see where this is. So let's get some location from the first room. Let's get it from the first room now, so the zombies doesn't glitch. So this is like 1250 and 600. Those are okay. So let's go to here. Like, let's make it 12050. And was it like, okay, 600. That's okay. 600, and set value, you don't have to set anything, but yeah, you don't have to set anything. Let's make the acceptance radius a little bit higher. Let's make it 100, like that. Okay, and I don't know why this is connected to here. Let's delete that link, and let's connect it to the pawn. Let's compile, like that. I don't know what that was, but yeah. Now everything should be done here. Let's save, and we can actually close this. Now let's go to the PP zombie and to the behavior tree. Let's move this root further up, and let's actually duplicate, copy this selector and this blackboard based conditions. Paste him here. And connect to here. Now here we want to click this. I don't actually know what have happened. I have lost some code from here. Or maybe I have forgot. I don't know. On my other project I have it. So now we have two of these. This first one here on the up, let's click the this blackboard based condition is set dead, like that, and on result change and both, like that. And now from here we want to call the pt zombie dead. If you didn't already have it, you want to have it here on the first selector from the root, and on the second we want to get the player available and is not set. So the player is not available, and on result change and both. And from here we want to get the pt player not available. Okay, let's save, let's actually close, and let's go to play and see how everything works. Let's turn on the power, and let's get the perks. Perk is like that. Let's wait for the zombies to come to the map. Okay. Bro, they're glitching. What? What happened? Okay, let's try again. I don't know what I did incorrectly. Let's wait for the zombies to come to the map. So, come to the window. Okay, now I have something that has been done incorrectly. I have to check it. Oh, I forgot some big amount of the functionality or of the code. So let's go to the first person map and let's open the PP enemy main. I don't know why I forgot this. Let's go up where we have the event begin play. And here, let's move it further up. And let's delete all that we have here. Now what we want to do, we want to get player controller. And we want to cast to first. Oh. Get player character. Sorry, my brain is not working today. And from here, we'll cast to first person character. Like that. From here, what we want to do, we want to check if the player alive state is equal to 0. Okay, like that. And now we want to create a new function. Let's call this set player availability. I don't know if it's written like that. Okay, and here we want to add a input called, let's call it just bool value or something like that. And now what we want to do, we want to get self. And from the self, we want to get AI control, not that one. Get AI controller. So this top one. And from the AI controller, we want to get blackboard. And from here, we want to set value as bool. This time as bool. Let's connect it to here. Okay, let's align this. Now what we want to do, we want to get the key name and make literal name. Now the name should be player available. And if you don't trust yourself, so you're not sure if you did write this correctly, you want to go to the PG zombie and blackboard, and you can just copy this player available. Player available, like that. Now let's get the bool value connected to here, and let's add a one reroute, like that. And let's tighten this code a little bit, like that. Compile and save all. Now we can close this and go to the event graph. Now what we want to do here is we want to set player availability. From there, connect this to there. So if the player alive state is 0, it's true. If it's not, it's false. Okay. And after that, we want to get a sequence node. How do you write sequence like this? Okay. And from there, what we want to do, we want to actually get from, let's add a reroute to here, maybe to here. Now let's get from here, and we want to bind event to player down, like that. And let's also get the next one. So point event to point event to player up. So we have point event to player down and point event to player up. Okay. And when we have done that, we want to just move this to the 10, 0. Let's add a reroute to here. I think around there. Let's actually connect this to the target also. Let's move this to here and let's cut this another link and connect it to 10.1. Like that. Okay, now what we want to do here, compile and save. So what we want to do here is first let's point the player down. So let's get from the event and let's create a custom event. This should be called down binding. Move it to here. Let's compile. Now it should work. Okay. And now from the player up, custom event, it should be up binding. Like this. Compile. And now what we want to do here is simple. We want to get this set player availability. You want to connect it to these custom events, not to here. Custom event. And here you want to leave it false. So if we are going down, it will be false. And let's copy it here and connect it also to the custom event. Not these have to be empty. We don't have to add anything here. You want to connect these to the custom events. And this should be true, like that. Let's actually move this further up. Now let's compile and save all. Okay, so now what we want to do is go and check if everything works. So let's turn on the power. Let's get the money. Let's get the weapon. Let's get the perks. And let's see what happens when the zombies come here. They should be able to come here now. Yes, they can move. Okay, can you kill me? Okay, there's something wrong with the health system, but okay. Oh, I had the perk. Sorry, there's nothing wrong. So now the zombies shouldn't come after me. No, they were going to this spot that we set. But yeah, let's check one more time. I just remembered that we have the X key here also. So if we press the X, they will start to go to the middle. Okay, I actually think everything looks pretty good here. Let's try one more time. If we go to close to the zombies, see if they will. No, they won't hit us. Okay. Yeah, there are 3 more things that we can do. So basically, one is we don't want the player to be able to buy the revive like many times. So let's check that. Actually, let's do it on another episode. This has been going for like 50 minutes and my head is not working, so okay. I think that was pretty much all. I'm thinking if there was something else. Let's actually change the player zombies turn rate. So turn. How do you call it? Rotation. Rotation rate. Let's make it like. Let's try 180. How it looks now. Let's change the round to something bigger. So round number. Let's make it like 25. So it should be 26 when we start the game. Now we have to turn on the power. Actually, sorry, we don't have. We have to keep hiding. I'm so stupid. But let's do it the right way. Now the zombies come here. Okay, now they are running. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm down. They will go to the middle. When I get up, let's see how they turn and when they start to come here. Okay, I think that looks pretty nice. Yeah, I think everything should be, and if we don't have the perk, we don't go down because we don't have the death function or anything like that yet. But if we press the X, we go down and the zombies go away from us. Yeah, so everything is working. I think that was all for this video. If you like what you saw, please click the like button and subscribe for more. Hope you hope you have a great day and see you on the next one. Bye.